welterweight contest at 63.5 kg featuring Grant Messias and David Potsane. Grant Messias, the rather glamour boy of the division. David Potsane, as he said to me, the forgotten boy of the division.
Yes, I think this is going to be a real test for Grant because Potsane's a toughie. He'll come to him, he'll make a fight of it, and he's a hard man to knock down.
I think there's a sneaking suspicion, Ron Jackson, that Potsane could knock out Messias tonight.
Well, he's got a terrific left hook. I saw him knock out Danny Myberg in one of the township shows in the 4th round. He pulled out a tremendous left hook, so he's dangerous.
Of course, Danny Myberg and Grant Messias are two different types. Danny just loves to go in and have a fight, whereas Grant is a good boxer.
Very much so, Leonard.
And it's going to be interesting to see if Potsane's brawling, moving in style is going to fit in with Messias's more methodical attack.
Well, you know, there's always, as you know, Leonard, the clash of styles. Styles makes a boxing match. You never know until the two men get into the ring.
Grant Messias then in the white and black shorts, David Potsane in the red and white shorts. 6 rounds, rather 8-round junior welterweight scheduled contest between these two different boys in their way. As we said before, one is the glamour boy and one feels very forgotten and neglected. He says, by golly, David Potsane, you're going to be there tonight. This is your chance in the big time.
And yet the funny thing is that David Potsane is actually rated above Grant Messias in the South African and in the Transvaal ratings.
Well, that's because of his win over Myberg. He beat him for the junior welterweight title.
Potsane actually went overseas last year. He's had some overseas experience. Beat a boy called Andrew Morgan in England on points. And then came back and unfortunately lost to Aaron Carby in his next bout. So they're both actually fighters who've had overseas experience.
Potsane's been, he's been boxing for about 5 years now as professional.
Of the two, I would say that Grant Messias has fought the better class opponent. Potsane's only had the one overseas fight. Most of his fights have been in the townships. He hasn't had as good a... There goes that good left hook I was telling you about. He caught Messias with the left hook, which is pretty dangerous with that left hook.
He caught Messias with the left hook and then got snapped himself with a short right to the head. So it's a case of give one and take one here.
Break.
It's been a good opening round, a good boxing round for them. They felt one another. They've been feeling one another out.
Very good start by Grant Messias. He's boxed very well.
He's been caught a couple of times with a short, snappy punch from Potsane, but he's keeping very neatly on his toes and boxing at a nice long range. He's not getting pulled into the faults that Brian Herman was doing in that first fight.
I think also, if you remember, Leonard, when Grant Messias lost against Raul Torres, he got drawn into a brawl and he came off second best.
Yes, he's not accustomed to being pulled into a brawl. He certainly was inexperienced for that fight, and I think it probably taught him a great deal.
He's got to keep it at long range. That's the only way he can pile up the points and win this fight. Keep it on the outside.
Right at the moment, looking very neat and composed, boxing well, up on his toes, and looking the part, and throwing a short right uppercut, which is going to be the punch that might win him this fight. Yes, it's interesting there that Richard Smith's telling Grant Messias to use the right over the top, and Solly Salibi in Potsane's corner is warning him that Messias is trying to use the right on him all the time, so they do know what's going on.
Okay, here we go then. Round 2, Messias against Potsane.
Of course,
a brawling contest into the second round.
And of course, Potsane's trainer is a very worldly wise man. Solly Salibi, we haven't seen him very much in the big time, but he's been around for a long, long time and had some good fighters in his camp. Round
nice
2.
flurry there from Grant Messias.
Grant Messias still boxing neatly, jabbing out the left, keeping his man at a distance.
This is the type of style that when he fought Lee Amas in England, so much impressed the English boxing critics.
If he keeps it like this, it's the real good Grant Messias. He's been a little bit disappointing, I think, in some of his more recent fights. He's won them, and he's won them well, but he hasn't been quite the real star we'd expected him to be, but he looks good better tonight. He's boxing
some crisp
neatly.
punching going in there for Grant.
I must say, Leonard, Messias is boxing very well. Since the first bell, he's been changing his attack to the body and to the head. He's boxing tonight, not brawling. And that says he's got to keep going to win this fight as a boxing match.
Well, what he's doing very neatly there is jabbing and moving away, pulling Potsane into him, and then bringing in the short right uppercut. And he's caught him 2 or 3 times with it, and it has worried Potsane.
Potsane really yet hasn't had a chance to get going. Grant has just kept there, picking away, countering as he comes in. He won't let Potsane get in close to get going.
Well, he's using the right tactics, keeping him out on the jab, and that's the way to keep him,
Break,
set him
break
up
up,
so he can't
step
get
back.
moving to throw that left hook of his.
What he is doing too is throwing a combination blows. He's landing with the left jab and then following it up immediately with a right or a left.
And I
It
like-
means that he's keeping Potsane going back.
And I like why he's beating his attack to the body, which looks very good.
There was some neat movement by Messias.
Stop.
He drew Potsane into him, spun him around and hit him with 4 good shots in a row. Neat ducking and weaving by Messias there. Potsane going over the top most of the time.
All the
Break,
point scoring
break.
is coming
Step
from
back.
Grant Messias. He's piling up the points with that left jab.
Potsane at this stage must be wondering what he's got to do. He just can't get going. Here he is. As soon as he gets in a little bit closer, he begins to look a little bit dangerous.
Well, that's where the winning and
Stop,
losing this
stop.
fight is going to be. Messias has got to keep him on the outside.
Referee
Must not allow him
Martin.
to come in.
Referee Martin actually gave Messias a warning there, telling him not to hold and hit.
Potsane suddenly looking a bit like Eric Vakubu at the first fight. A real windmill.
Except he's not getting in with as many dangerous punches as Eric Vakubu is doing.
Grant Messias is using the right tactics. He's moving inside the punches. I think a very good round for Grant
A very
Messias.
neat round by Grant Messias. Nice boxing, the type of composed type of boxing you need to see.
You are getting him, but you hit one punch. And
It looks to me as though they're not
Okay.
treating it the right
You must
way. You
work,
shouldn't be
work,
squeezing
work.
that with a towel.
Okay. Let's
Well,
start
they should be
working
trying to
now,
close it and stop the bleeding.
told you he'll
And they're
punch
not
you.
doing it.
Okay.
It's
Well,
a
we
cut,
hit
a
uppercut
cut
when you're
just
close.
underneath the right eyebrow.
Well, might be a deciding factor in the fight in the next couple of rounds.
Very much so.
A real nasty one, that. Here we go, round 3. Grant Messias against David Potsane, a junior welterweight contest here at Sun City, live on this National Showdown tournament. Round 3.
And I think Potsane really wants to have a go now because he knows that eye might be a trouble. He's going forward and going straight at Messias, but it isn't doing him much good.
Break, break, step back.
Messias has just got to wait there and pick off those opportunities as they happen.
Messias has got to keep him at the end of his jab. That's the way to beat him.
That is exactly what Messias is doing. Jabbing and moving, jabbing and keeping his man away and letting Potsane swing and miss.
Break, break, step back.
Messias hasn't had much opportunity to play on that eye, but there is blood coming down from it.
That's the danger of the cut eye. The blood could flow into his eye and obscure his vision.
It's beginning to worry him, and now the left hand of Messias is finding its mark. It's going in there pretty rapidly. Hooking with it, jabbing with it.
Terrific
Nice
double
neat
left jab.
punching
Very
by
good.
Messias. This is a better looking Messias than we've seen for quite a long time.
Potsane with those swings begin to look a little bit desperate. He knows the sands of time could be running out with that wound over his eye.
He keeps wiping the eye, he keeps pushing the blood away, and it is starting to worry him.
I don't think Potsane's got an answer to Messias' left jab. The left jab is keeping him out. He puts him off balance as he jabs him.
There were 3 or 4 wrong, right on the cut, to the right there on the other side of the face.
Well, another left hook went in there and caught Potsane right next to that eye, and it is worrying him now.
The crowd here at Sun City is stamping their feet a little bit. I think they want Grant to finish this fight. Another couple of good lefts they're going in for Grant Messias. David
Potsane's
Potsane tries to come back, but falls short with those blows.
Potsane's corner will have to do something about that eye because the blood is beginning to worry him. He's becoming a little bit desperate.
He can't get any distance at all with those punches. They're all going short.
Break, step back.
Well, Messias is actually very methodically picking off his punches here, doing it very well. Hooking, I like that left hook of his. It really is playing a harsh game on Potsane's right side of the face.
Super little combination just back there. Right?
Very sharp Grant Messias here tonight. It's the best performance I've seen from Grant Messias since he's joined the pro ranks.
Yes, he's looking more the professional
Looking
tonight.
very mature there. He's thinking,
Yes.
controlling those emotions.
When you can punch through a man's defense like that, he hooked the left and then he put that right neatly through. That is the sign of a good professional.
But he's still got to be careful because David Potsane is a very rugged and gutsy boy. And he won't give up. He'll keep fighting away and he'll throw those left hooks just now. So he's always dangerous. While he's in there, he's
Break,
dangerous.
break, step back. Watch those heads.
Well, that's the end of round 3. And a very good round for Grant Messias.
Start working, man. Why we support everyone?
A little bit-
Let's go, David.
A little bit perturbed in the corner work. They're not really working in a dive. It's still bleeding as he comes out of the corner.
Yes, I'm rather surprised. All they've done is push the towel into it. There's been no attempt to stop the flow of blood or close the cut
Or
up.
touch any pressure points to stop the bleeding. I think they need Ace Marathi, Brian Mitchell's cut man, who's standing around the ring at the moment.
They
But
certainly need a cut man in that corner.
because as David Potsane came out, he was blinking once again.
And he's been hit already with 2 good lefts on that eye.
He's in terrible trouble there. This is the end.
And
His
there,
defense is in.
That's
the referee has stopped
all
it.
over.
The referee has stopped it. I think actually what happened was Potsane got hit by a punch, wobbled into the corner, and he indicated he was in trouble.
I would say this is the greatest performance of Grant's career. It's the best I've seen him perform in a professional ring.
He boxed neatly like a real professional should do.
I think he was perhaps worried about an opponent who was rated, who would give him perhaps a hammering. Everybody thought they might, and Grant really thought about it and boxed superbly.
Well,
I think
mate,
the real good part of this is that Grant has been fighting imports all along. This has sort of brought him down, if I may say so, a peg or two to have to fight a local, and yet a local who was above him. And he really went about it intent on showing, look, I'm better than that. And he certainly has showed it.
Leonard, maybe this is what we needed.
Here we
This is
see
the
the
beginning
slow-mo
of...
on. A red right there from Grant Messias. David Potsane really feeling it. Backing off into the ring. And the right did the damage, and then he just can't defend himself anymore. Grant is piling in the punches. That's the end of that.
I thought it was a very good stoppage by referee Martin. We got tremendous right hand coming in there from Grant Messias, and he was defenseless. The referee's actions were very, very good, and he did it very timely, I would say.
So we will see it from the other angle, Ron. Messias just landing in those blows there. Good decision. After all, in boxing, as soon as the guy is finished, you don't need to kill him.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by technical knockout after 1 minute and 32 seconds of the 4th round, and now 12-1-1, Grant Messias.